Attention is one of these things that we all intuitively understand. We all say to ourselves or to others, please pay attention, focus on what you're doing. Or, oh, this person is all over the place, they can't focus. But it is important for us to consider this term a little more carefully, to fully understand what this cognitive function really means and what it involves. Let's consider the following scenario. It is obvious that a player here should really get their priorities right. They should not attempt to listen to what the crowds are shouting. They should not try to remember if they locked their door before leaving the house. They should probably also avoid trying to find someone in the crowd wearing a blue top. They should make sure they focus on the football and plan their approach, maybe even decide where they want to hit the ball. In other words, there are many things happening at the same time, the crowds, memories, thoughts, etc. But they need to make sure they allocate as many mental resources as possible to their current goal, which is scoring a penalty kick. Admittedly, I'm not a professional footballer, so I don't find myself needing to score penalties on a regular basis. But the thing is, we all encounter such demands in almost everything we do. Think about a conversation you are having with your mates in a pub. There are a lot of conversations happening or input going on around you. But you are typically able to focus on the conversation you are part of and be almost oblivious to whatever else is being said in close proximity to you. This is attention, our ability to prioritize only specific aspects of the information available to us and make sure we process it on the expense of other things. This is what we call the selective aspects of attention. We select certain aspect of the information that is currently important to us. But sometimes, selection or focus is not enough. Consider the following scenario, which might be quite familiar to most of us. This person is engaged in something slightly different. They may need to split their attention between the conversation going on the phone and what they are trying to do on their laptop. Maybe they called their insurance company and they are on hold. But to make use of their time, they have continued working on the students' reports in time for parents' evening tomorrow. They also really have to have that cup of coffee at the same time. So here, rather than simply select one thing for processing, they may need to monitor the phone, waiting for the insurance company to answer, as well as allocate resources to the laptop and the coffee cup. When someone finally picks up on the other side of the line, they will immediately switch their attention from the laptop to the phone conversation. They may also need to make sure they pick up the coffee mug rather than the pencil cup. It's going to result in a different kind of drink, so that might require some focus and processing too. Clearly, here the attention system needs to enable us to do something different than before. Looking at these examples, we can begin to understand two main things about attention. First, it might be a bit more complicated than we initially thought. It may include a number of different things. Second, it is fundamental to almost everything we do, which means that if our attention system is working a little suboptimally, it could have a broad impact on everyday life. Luckily for us, after decades of research on attention, today we are able to differentiate between separate attention functions, and we can even measure them independently. We also know the brain areas that they are linked to or rely on to operate. Understanding these processes and their impact on everyday activity is really important for us, because as we will see in this course, people may differ in the way their attention system operates, and this may have direct consequences for a broad range of behaviors and skills. In this course, we will focus on 3 separate attention functions that are critical for us. These are selective spatial attention, sustained attention, and attention control. We will start by considering each one separately, explaining it and demonstrating how it can be measured. Later in the course, we will see how these attention functions might be linked to academic performance and also how they might be impacted in autism.